Once again, I'm somewhere in West Virginia. I made a very last-minute manic decision to head to Babe's Ride Out a day early, so I'm heading to the middle of Pennsylvania to go meet up with Jordan. Let's hop on the road. Has a flat tire and he is exploding it all over the highway right now. There are pieces of the tire just flying off. Look at that. So it has only actually been a couple days since my last video where Jordan and I rode down to Virginia so that he could start his Sportster summer on the Mid-Atlantic BDR. I actually had to jet back home, get some work done, a couple things ready to go to New York this weekend for Babe's Ride Out. Well, after watching the radar for a couple days, getting all of my work done, and realizing that the day I was intending on heading over to New York was gonna be the wettest day of the week. And I said, you know what? I don't need to do this. Like, this is the whole reason I quit my full-time corporate job, is so that I could just hit the road literally whenever I wanted to. I just packed up a little bit early and told Jordan, I said, hey, let me know where you guys are gonna be tonight and I'll meet you there. And it just so happened that he's actually going to be in an area that is on my way to the destination I was planning on arriving at tomorrow. So it's going to take me about 5 hours. I've already been on the road for a little over 2, so we only have about 2 hours and 49 minutes left worth of this trip. And it's been lovely. It's been hot as hell, but super wonderful. I love taking solo long distance trips. And I don't even know if you can consider this long distance anymore. It's over 300 miles away. It's not too bad, only 5 hours away, but I consider any trip where you gotta fill up gas at least 2 times and you know, stay the night somewhere. That's a long distance trip in my mind. You can't just turn around and go back home. You could. I mean, 10 hours on the road is nothing. But anyway, I'm just trying to justify myself. So we just crossed over into Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is such a long state, man. Riding through Pennsylvania and Georgia are like 2 of the longest states to ride through on the East Coast for me. I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update on my handlebars. If you watched this video right here, you'll know that I just recently got these brand new Harley-Davidson Fuse Low handlebars put on my bike instead of the stock handlebars. These are 10 inches. And a lot of you guys commented on that video and said, nope, rotate them back. They're too big for you, blah, blah, blah. They are actually rotated back as far as they can go. I tried to explain to you guys that there is a pin in the bottom of the triple tree where you put the handlebars on, and it allows you a couple centimeters of movement, but it doesn't, like, let's just say I tried to pull back on these bars really hard and they were to fall down. That pin allows it so that they cannot fall down while I'm riding. And so I was like, you know, a lot of people will grind the pin off. I don't want to do that. I want to keep it safe because sometimes I have to pull up on the bars to stand myself up, and I would just rather be safe. So I have spent a couple 100 miles with these bars already, and I love them. Seriously, the reason we took off the hand guards is because my Clockworks windscreen up here, if you notice, it has these little bevels on the edges. When I have my forks at full lock, the clusters, the clutch, the brake, all of that, it hits the windscreen. So we had to take off the hand guards just because it was worse. So since the bars are up a little bit higher than my last ones, my hands are at a farther stretch, which means I had to rotate the clusters. Like if you look at all of the like the turn signals, the horn, all of that stuff, it kind of looks like it's facing down a little bit. That's because I needed the clutch to be up higher because my fingers are short. But yeah, so far the bars feel great. I love the way they look. Mounting my GoPros are a little weird now because they're not perfectly round here on the edges, but GoPro Schmo Pro. I'm really excited for you guys to watch Jordan's videos of his Mid-Atlantic BDR trip with all of the guys and their Harley-Davidson Sportster Scramblers, because it has been an adventure. I think the only thing that has gone right on their journey is that no one has died. But yeah, I'm really excited to catch up with the guys and see who's all left. I know a couple people had to dip out a little bit early. Some people had some accidents, and these are tough dudes, man. Tough dudes having a great time. I can't wait to meet up with them tonight. So a couple days ago, I got on my Instagram stories and I asked you guys if you had any questions about long distance motorcycle travel. That's pretty. So I was gonna just try to casually answer some of those questions in this section of the video, and one of the most common questions is, how do I plan my route? It depends where I'm going and when I need to get there. I hate to not give you a black and white answer, but it really just depends. So for example, right now I had 3 main options to get to where I was going to meet with my husband, and that is just mainly highways and interstates, and whether or not I wanted to take tolls. I just wanted to get there as fast as possible, which is usually what I do when I'm on a motorcycle. And I don't know why the semi just got back in front of me, dude. I've literally been doing well over the speed limit the whole time, and he just wanted to get back in front of me for whatever reason. But anyway, I go through a variation of different apps that I use. So usually when I'm doing actual road trip travel, I will rely on apps such as Waze or Google Maps, or in this case right now I'm using my Apple Maps because it stays on my screen while my phone is asleep and charging, and I like to have that visual glance down. Now, personally, with those apps, I really like to use Waze. Let me see if I can switch over here. So Waze is nice because it shows you the speed limit and how fast you're going, and it alerts you if you're speeding, which I am definitely speeding right now. But I also love it that it alerts you when there are objects in the road, on the side of the road, or if there are police up ahead. Obviously, since I'm speeding, I don't condone speeding by any means. Do as I say, not as I do. But it's kind of nice to know, like, hey, somebody reported that there's a state trooper sitting up there catching people, so I can slow down in a safe manner instead of worrying about other cars slamming their brakes in front of me. So I really do love using Waze and Google Maps. Now, do I plan my gas stops? Honestly, no. Unless I'm heading out west or somewhere incredibly rural. Over here on the East Coast, we have gas stops within 30 miles of each other. So my bike says right now I have a range of about 248 miles, and that is well over the 130 miles left I have in this trip. So I don't really worry too much about gas. Now, if you watched my last video, you'll know that I almost ran out of gas on the BMW R18, and that was completely my fault. I was not paying attention to how many miles I had already gone. I do know there are apps out there where you can track gas stations, and especially right around this time is when gas is so expensive. You can track gas prices. So if you have a couple gas stations within each other, within like 20 miles, you can find the cheaper option. I don't know what the apps are, but I know they're out there. A lot of the same comments were, when do I get off and start stretching? I actually don't physically get off of my bike and stretch. Like, you won't see me like getting down on the ground and stretching. But my tailbone is pretty sore right now, so I think after about every 100 or 200 miles, it's really good. I call it no helmet zones. When you get off the bike, fill up your gas, take off your helmet, take off your gloves, take off your gear, and just give yourself like a mental and physical, break from the bike. That's very important for your stamina. You would be surprised at how quickly you can just regain all of your stamina by taking your helmet off. It is so hot right now. I'm physically dripping sweat inside of my helmet. Oh my God. Looks like we have about 30 more minutes of my 300-mile ride. Somebody else asked me, like, how long do I usually ride before I stop and fill up for gas? I still have a 143-mile range on this tank. I try to go further than 150 miles on my road glide. When I'm on the Dyna, I usually stop around 120. When I'm on the road glide, I try to stop anywhere in between 150 and 180 to 200, kind of depending on how hard I've been riding the bike that day. But I don't know, it's just, some days it's so easy to just crush mile after mile after mile. And then other days, I just want to stop every 100 miles and take a break. And today is kind of one of those days, but it was such a short trip. I'm like, yeah, let's just get to our destination. I'd rather get to where I want to go and have a beer rather than stop at a million different gas stations and stand outside in the heat. But man, I love riding through Pennsylvania. I just love these like sloping mountains and the greenery. I think I'm a hobbit. I just love green hills. Well, I made it to the town I was looking for. Now I gotta find the bar I'm trying to get to. Says we got 1 minute. Man, this has been a tough week for road trips. So far this week, just in the past couple days, I think I've done a little over, 1,000 miles? A little over 1,000 miles, and I wasn't even going very far, so it was kind of impressive. Man, today was kind of rough. My tailbone still hurts from the trip I took a couple days ago. So, hey buddy. Yeah, ready for a beer. Jordan just texted me a little bit ago. I hope you can hear me. I have my visor open because it is so hot. Jordan just texted me a little bit ago and said that they're at their final gas stop, I think. You know, they're all on Sportster, so they got to stop every 20 minutes. Yeah, let's jet past all these intersections and see where we are. Whew. Well, I made it. We're at this place called Champs Bar. Somewhere in, I think it's State College, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure, but man, the sweat is like crystallizing salt deposits on my face. I am so gross right now, but I'm gonna run inside, grab a beer, and wait for the Sportster crew to show up. I look so haggard right now. Unfortunately, they're slammed. I was hoping to find a quiet little dive bar somewhere. Oh well, this will do. Yeah, well, Champs was actually really awesome. I had a really good time in there. I didn't actually eat any food. Yeah, Champs Sports Bar and Grill was legit. Well, I think Jordan just got in town, so it's time to hop back on the bike and go see what the Sportster guys are up to. Let's go. Heading back into town. Oh, it feels so much better now that the sun has gone down. Holy moly, you guys. You have no idea how hot it was today. It's so funny. Somebody actually messaged me on Instagram. They're like, oh, 87 degrees. That's like leather weather here in Texas. And I laughed out loud. I was like, I know, you guys. It's hot for me because the humidity up here in the Midwest is unreal, dude. It was so humid today. But oh my gosh, it's lovely now with these like overcast skies. And don't make fun of me because my bike does not have the hill assist. So we just got to kind of get the revs up a little bit to make it up these hills. But heading over to meet the Sportster guys right now because they just got into town and they found a local dive that they're wanting to, investigate. So it seems good because I think we're heading more into downtown wait, Beaver. I just saw the word Beaver on there and it confused me. College State or State College, Pennsylvania. One or the other. Obviously, I am dyslexic because I can't remember which one it is, but it looks like there's more hotels up here. So definitely going to be a good time. Oh, this has been a great day. I love traveling by myself, y'all. I love riding and crushing miles on my own time. This has been wonderful. Let's go see where they're at.
Cheers. Jordan, your glass. Cheers.
Okay, we just met up with the rest of the group. My babe. And the rest of the survivors. These two guys got added in yesterday. Her Sportster wasn't ready for the trip yet, so she took her, what is it, a 17?
It's a 2016 Lowrider S 117.
Yeah, she took her 2016 Lowrider S on the Mid-Atlantic BDR with street tires. So, yeah, she just put all these guys to shame because she didn't crash, she didn't die, and we're here having a beer.
What's your Instagram? Whiskey Eye.
Go follow her. Badass babe, man. Time to hit the road. Jordan and I booked a hotel for the night, so we're going to head up there because he and I are going to split off tomorrow. Obviously, you guys know, please stay tuned for my Babes Ride Out videos. I'm going to be posting those earlier or later next week. And then, yeah. Hello. So we're about to split off from the group, but these are the guys that made it the rest of the way. So this guy right here, he does not have a kickstand. No. Look, it's leaning up against the wall.
He's taking a picture of everywhere he leaned at.
He's taking a photo of everywhere and what is that, a 5-gallon gas tank?
Yeah, but if he ever fills his little dreams out.
Oh my gosh. This is so cool. I love it. And then the girl that you just saw in the video, this is her Lowrider S, dude. She just took this on the freaking Mid-Atlantic BDR. I can't believe it. Puts me to shame. Oh, does it honk? That's her horn. Let's go find our hotel.
Yeah.
Just got to our hotel, and just like any good Best Western, they let us park right under the awning. Perfect timing. It just started raining, so Jordan and I got our nice little special parking right in front of the front door.
Tomorrow.
Well, good morning from the beautiful gray, what state are we in? Pennsylvania. I'm like, are we still in Virginia, West Virginia, or Pennsylvania? I know I'm not in Ohio. I got pretty severe heat exhaustion yesterday. Actually, I went to bed with a migraine. I woke up with a headache, and just goes to show that you got to keep those electrolytes in you when you're traveling, especially in the sun. The sun is what does it for me. So gray, cloudy days like today, my favorite days to ride. Jordan and I are going our separate ways this morning. He's hiding back here in the corner. So he's gonna head back home, a little over 300 miles to get back to Ohio, and then I'm hitting the road for Babes Ride Out. So that video is gonna be right after this one next week, probably, so stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. But yeah, let's go see what the bikes are up to. All packed up, time to go fuel up, and then go our separate ways. This has been an awesome anniversary week, I must say. So once again, go subscribe to Jordan's channel to check out his adventures on the Mid-Atlantic BDR, because it was adventurous, to say the least. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you've been enjoying the travel vlogs, and until my next one, you be good, and I'll see you later.